even though I was his older brother, I was looking up to him. He was very magnetic, very personable.
So when Alan Oliver's younger brother Aiden died in November, his loss was felt by a large community. But it was Oliver who was responsible for planning the funeral because their mother had died about 2 years earlier.
The last thing that you want to think about is how you're going to pay for this funeral. You want to put on a good funeral.
Then a kind surprise. A family friend set up a GoFundMe page to help with expenses, raising more than $15,000, which Oliver says allowed the family to host a large funeral and give Aiden the send-off he deserved.
It just made me happy, honestly, happy knowing that the community is supporting us and that someone even thought of that.
Oliver says on the day of the funeral, the organizer provided less than half of the donations in cash, telling him GoFundMe wasn't allowing her to withdraw the remaining $8,200. For the next nearly 6 months, Oliver tried to get the money from the organizer, text messages show, money that was still owed to the funeral home.
Having a looming bill over your head prolongs that closure period. You can see there's, I think, 5 different transfers.
But the money was long gone. Records show the organizer had withdrawn all of it around the time of the funeral. GoFundMe didn't tell him that until last week, despite Oliver first reaching out to them for help back in March.
My heart was in my stomach.
He confronted the organizer. She texted saying she's sorry. She'd gambled away the money.
It was devastating to hear that the money was spent and how the money was spent also hurt.
CBC Toronto isn't naming the organizer because Oliver received the rest of the money. Only after public pressure, he says, a relative of the organizer sent it to him this week. But he says he feels let down by GoFundMe and wants the company to do more to ensure this doesn't happen to anyone else.
I think this is a huge gap in their systems and their policies of how to actually ensure money is being sent to the intended recipient.
In a statement, GoFundMe said in the rare case that funds are misused, beneficiaries are protected by the GoFundMe Beneficiary Guarantee, which offers protection if an organizer doesn't deliver funds to the intended recipient. But when Oliver tried that route, GoFundMe told him he first needed to accept a payment plan the organizer was offering, and it would only step in if that wasn't honored.
That's unacceptable because they have all the proof that the organizer has misused the funds, and the onus shouldn't be on myself.
Lawyer Tanya Walker says while companies like GoFundMe aren't necessarily legally liable for money raised, there needs to be more in place to ensure the onus to get the money isn't on the intended beneficiary, especially since
there is the increase of raising funds in this manner, but we also have the increase of fraud.
We asked GoFundMe what steps it takes to ensure funds are distributed correctly and why it didn't intervene more in Oliver's case. A spokesperson told us the platform has zero tolerance for misuse and the organizer has since been banned. Angelina King, CBC News, Toronto.